Hey, what is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. It is 9:18 p.m., and this is your friend, Keith Chait. CK Power. Crazy Keith. Mr. Free Everything. Coming to you. I'm not coming on to you. Coming to you on this wonderful chilly night in Philly. Woo, big difference from last week where I was. And first, let me say, Nana, what is up? First, let me say, I am not affiliated with Disney in any way other than we have the vacation club and we vacation there all the time. I'm not an employee. I'm not a cast member. I don't work for them. I don't get paid anything from them. We just love Disney, and I wanted to give a little recap because this was a different kind of year and a different kind of vacation. We all know that the world is crazy right now, and we still have this COVID crap floating around. And we also know that Disney is very expensive, but it's a major vacation spot for people from all over the world. And the food's more expensive. The tickets for the parks are crazy prices. The resorts are expensive, unless you have the vacation club. Now, I'm not promoting it again. I don't make anything off of this. I feel the vacation club was worth it when we bought it. We've had it for 11 years now. Nikki, what's going on? Bill and Sheila, Brett Mara, what is going on, brother? We've had the club for 11 years now, and it's been paid off since we got it. So I feel that it's worth what we save in resort fees when we use that every year. So to me, it's worth it. And it's also varies. There's different points you can buy. So you can buy a little bit of points, you can buy a lot of points. Obviously, the more points you have, the bigger places or the longer you can stay, or the more expensive places you can go to, or the longer you can stay. But, we go every year, or at least every other year if we don't make it every year. Christy, what's going on? Lisa, hello. We've never had a complaint. Cast members are always bright and cheery, and they say it's a welcome home when you get there, and it's like family and everything else. And they're always cheery. I don't think I've ever run into any of them that were angry or grumpy or anything like that, unless they were working the Seven Shorts ride. Just kidding. We always have an amazing time there. This year we tried Disney's Wilderness Lodge. We actually had been there before. I didn't realize it when I booked it because I try to book a different resort every time so we can see them all. Somehow I ended up not realizing that we had been there before, but it's a great place. We are on the Boulder Ridge side. There's two other parts to that Wilderness Lodge, but we were in the Boulder Ridge side. It's pretty cool. And we had the gym right downstairs, so I was able to work out a couple days and try to keep up with my 8-week challenge. Because it's not that easy to eat good when you're away on vacation. And originally this was what our planned vacation was, to go from the end of October into November to see the Halloween setup and then flip over to Christmas. Then COVID hit, so we never booked it. And then we had to bank our points or lose our points or move our points over to a different part of the club, which was in Disney, so we wouldn't lose them. We didn't want to do that. And I had credit because we were supposed to go to Texas in March for our business, and that was canceled because of COVID. That was supposed to happen the weekend right after the COVID thing went public and went crazy. So I had a flight credit. And that had to be used. They gave us 6 months. It had to be used by mid-September. We booked this like 2 days before that was expired. So I said, let's just do this. So we booked the vacation. We used our points for the hotel. We booked the vacation. I used the credit from the canceled trip to get the flights, because the flights are very cheap right now. Last time I remember flying to Florida, flying to Orlando, was about $200 a person round trip. And for 4 of us each, it was about 60 or 70 each. Round trip to Orlando and back. Paul Jolovitz, what's going on, brother? Tony. So we did it. I was surprised, and I don't know what the rules are. I know everybody's doing social distancing and 6 feet and all that other good stuff, masks and everything. The airline was packed. They were practicing social distancing in the airport, sort of, and they were always yelling about keep having your mask on, but the planes are full. So I don't understand that. I don't know how that's distancing yourselves when the planes are full. But when you get to the parks for Disney and you go on a ride, they're seating people every other row and every other car, and depending on what the attraction is. So they were keeping the distancing. So I don't know how the airlines do it, but the airline was normal. But when we went to the parks, we went to Hollywood Studios, we went to Magic Kingdom, we went to Animal Kingdom. We did not do Epcot this year. We just did 3 days because you cannot park hop due to COVID. We usually get 3 days, we park hop, and we do half a day at one park, go eat lunch, then half the rest of the day and night at another park, and we see Epcot. We do all of them. But because of COVID, you can't park hop. You can only buy a 1 day ticket or buy a ticket for one park a day. So we just did 3 days, 3 full days at Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and Magic Kingdom, and we banged it all out. They're only at like 25 to 30% capacity, which is awesome. They had 6 feet distance markers on the ground for lines for all the attractions. Even going into leading up to the entrance to the parks, they had the 6 foot lines. They had tents set up at the entrance to every park, and they took your temperature. Even downtown Disney, we did that a couple days. We went down there to get into downtown Disney, which is called Disney Springs now. They took your temperature. So they were very on it with the being careful and the 6 foot and wear your mask and all that stuff. At the parks, at the exit from every ride or attraction was a hand sanitizer machine that was like automatic. Just stick a hand on there, it squirts it out. And then there was a few places I noticed throughout the park where they had actual hand washing stations. So they had that stuff going on. They would stop the rides periodically. We'd be in line, and then they'd hear an announcement. Oh, we're, give us a few minutes temporarily, taking a break to clean. And then I guess they're just wiping down all the cars or wiping down all the seats or whatever it is. What's up, Michael? We got a visitor. Come on in. Come be my video. Oh, she ran. So they would stop the rides periodically. I don't know if there was a set time, and then they would clean, and then they would start the rides up again. But the wait times weren't bad because of the less capacity. We did wait about an hour for a couple rides, some of the bigger rides. But for the most part, the lines weren't bad. The wait wasn't bad. We got through everything. We saw, oh my God, the new Star Wars, what's it, Rise of the Resistance, I think it's called. Awesome. That was the one where you come into the park and you have to go on your phone mobile through the Disney app and sign into the queue. If you wanted to get on that ride, there was only 2 times you could sign in to get into the queue, at 10 a.m. when they opened, and it was at 2 p.m. when we were at the park at like 10 of 10. So right at 10 o'clock, and even one of the cast members told us, you had to get in there and keep refreshing it and try to get into the line to be on the queue to get in to see that ride, to do that ride, the Rise of the Resistance through Star Wars area. And we got a time at 10:01. We got a time. Well, we didn't get a time. We got a group, and we were like group 56 or something. We actually didn't ride that ride till around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but awesome ride. And the one in, I'm blanking out. What's the other one? It'll come to me. I can't think of it. I'll have to Google it. But yeah, so they did everything. Having to wear a mask, keep it over your nose and mouth all the time. They kept announcing it. They had the sanitizers all over the place. They cleaned the rides. They took your temperature when you went in. So every 6 feet, they had everything they could do to keep everybody safe. The weather was great the whole week. I only noticed that it rained twice. What's that other ride? I can't remember their names. The blue people.
Pandora?
Oh, Pandora. What's the other? Not the boat ride. What's the other one? Remember what it's called? There's two rides in Pandora, in the Pandora land. And one's the boat ride, which is neat. It's okay. It's a nice cool me down ride in the caves. But the other one is really cool. If you ever go, check that one out. So then Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and then the Pandora, not the boat ride, the other one. But like I said, it only rained twice that I noticed. Once, and I think both times we were in our room. We were in the resort, so it didn't really matter. It didn't affect our trip at all. It's called Avatar Flight of Passage. Really cool ride. Um, I wasn't worried. I wasn't paranoid. I wasn't thinking about other people. Now, look, if I heard somebody coughing or hacking up a lung or sneezing, I would take a look. Don't get that stuff on me. But, Deidre, what's up? But I wasn't like, oh my God, we did everything we were supposed to do. We followed the protocols, and for the most part, I saw everybody else following the protocols, so wasn't worried about that. So we had a great time. If you're planning on a trip or want to take a trip and you're thinking about because of COVID, unless you have some kind of health issue or health concerns that you should not go travel places, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to live your life. Go out there and have fun. I did post every day that I was there, that we were there. I have an album, my Disney Vacation 2020 album. Scroll back. It's going to be in a bunch of different separate posts because I did days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And I just kept them private until I got home. Now they're open. Check them out. There's all kinds of cool pictures in there. Some cool videos. We were in Magic Kingdom on October 31st, which was Halloween. And I am a little bit disappointed. Here's what I was disappointed at. They said because of COVID, they weren't going to have their normal makeover for Halloween and then the switch over to Christmas. They didn't have anything. They didn't even do anything at the castle, which I was surprised. I mean, I don't understand what COVID has to do with decorating the park, but that's what I was told, or that's what I heard. So that was a little disappointing because the point of us going there was to see the holiday season, the decorations and everything. In some of the later on the 31st post, you'll see that they did have blooded pumpkins and things, Mickey pumpkin ears hanging all over the light posts, but that's really about it. She's visiting again. She's going to stand there and eat cereal and look at me. Are you eating cereal? But anyway, it was a great time. We're just going to have to reschedule and go back another year, and in October into November to see the real Halloween setup and the switch over to Christmas. But check out the posts. Check out the videos. Some funny stuff in there. Oh, and I got off track. The 31st, I feel bad. I don't know why we just weren't creative enough. We didn't wear costumes or matching shirts or anything like that because there was so much of that stuff there. And we've done that before with the matching shirts. But some of the costumes, some of the stuff, the elaborate things that people were wearing in the park, in a park with rides and things, and getting on rides, it was crazy. Some amazing costumes. And one girl I got a selfie with, I took a picture of her. She was one of the people from inside the Haunted Mansion, which is one of my all-time favorites. She looks awesome. And then there's another girl. She was the bride. And then there was another girl with the table with the candles, who I believe is the... she's in the Haunted Mansion, too. I can't talk. I can't think. I can't... What she is. She's the... like where you do the seance, and she's in the crystal ball with her head. And she's talking to the dead. But anyway, very quickly, while we were there, Nightmare Before Christmas was playing, so we watched that movie. And one of my ornaments I got was Oogie Boogie, or Boogie Oogie, something like that. I just thought it was really cool looking. And then, of course, I like Star Wars, or you should know I like Star Wars. I got my Chewbacca. I'm sure I have other Chewbaccas, but not this one. Got... Who else we got here? I got a Yoda. I got... This is one of the kids, and I thought this one was really cool. He likes Stitch. So there's Stitch chopping on a gingerbread cookie. And then... She was in A Nightmare Before Christmas, so this is Zero. This was his pet, Jack's pet. Pretty cool. And it's a snow globe thingy. And, of course, our 2020 ornament. This is Mickey and Minnie. And then we got our pins. So we got our 2020 Stitch. And we got a 2020 with the castle and the 4 main characters floating around with spins. And I got the child, little Yoda, baby Yoda. And then this was a limited edition holiday pin. And this was the Disney Vacation Club pin. There's certain pins for certain things. They have annual pass members. They have all kinds of different levels, and there's certain pins that you can only buy if you're that level. So this was ours for the Vacation Club. So I collect that every time we go to. But that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Give a little story about how things went with the COVID and with the vacation, and it went great. We all feel great. We all had a good time. Nobody had any issues. Nobody was worried. We're back home, back to normal. Still practicing safety, protection, wearing a mask if I go out or whatever, but staying home for a few days. And hope you guys have an awesome night. Thanks for hopping on. If you see this, hit the like button. Let me know you were here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome one. Have an awesome one.